Modesto Reservoir is open. It's open to residents only for boating day use. So there's no shoreline activity, but people can bring in their motorized water vessels and they can use those. There is a 50 number limit to those at Modesto right now, but that doesn't include kayaks or paddle boats or anything like that, or paddle boards. If people want to take those in, we're not restricting those numbers. So what you can't do there right now is hike, equestrian, picnic, and that is just to reduce shoreline congregating. And then starting June 6th, Modesto and Woodward Reservoir will be open, still only to Stanislaus County residents, but for camping and shoreline activities. So you can then go there for the day, hike, equestrian, whatever it is that you want to do there, as long as you're a Stanislaus County resident, and you can also camp. But camping reservations need to be made online at reserveamerica.com. And then there is a limited number of spaces. There's 170 spaces at Modesto Reservoir, and there's 79 spaces at Woodward Reservoir. We do have 20 walk-in reservations at Woodward that you can obtain by just going up to the front. And the reason we're restricting it to pre-reservation status is, again, to meter numbers. Because we don't have isolated spots in the undeveloped areas, it's really hard for us to restrict spacing and social distancing in that way. So with the predetermined camping spots, we're able to kind of mitigate the risk, make sure we only have certain restrooms open. It protects the staff as well. So June 6th, we will be opening those up. Also on June 6th, LaGrange OHV Park will open. So that is going to be available for use. We are not restricting that access to residents. So anybody who wants to use LaGrange is able to on June 6th, and it will be open for camping and day use. We are not opening Frank Rains this year, and the reason for that is because June 6th is about the time that CAL FIRE asks us to shut down for the season anyway, because of the dangers up there. So it's just staying closed until October. We're also doing some major electrical upgrades out there. This is kind of happened at a good time for us. So the other things that are opening is there has been some restrictions at the fishing access holes, Fox Grove, Basso, where the picnic tables aren't accessible and things of that nature. On June 6th, they will be officially available as well. I know people have been using them, but they will officially be open on June 6th. The only other thing that we get asked a lot is just about the restrictions on residency. And one of the reasons it was chosen is we're trying to follow kind of state parks guidelines and the state health order, which says that recreating is not essential travel and should be done nearby, which we interpreted to believe in your county, which is why we implemented those orders, is to try and stay in line with state health orders. And then we do get a lot of questions, people calling about state parks and national parks. State parks are opening on a case-by-case basis. It depends on the variants that their county is currently in. And you really should reach out to your local state park and check their website and see what their restrictions are, because they vary. There's 260 of them in the state. They can't possibly all fall in line with the same restrictions in opening and closing hours. Some of them are doing partial open, some are doing full open. You'd have to check the local ones, and same with national parks. I heard Yosemite is opening sometime this summer. I also heard they are restricting attendance levels to 50%. Whether or not that's going to be true in 2 weeks because everything changes so fast, I'm just not sure. But everybody's trying to open up and find the safest ways to do it. The other thing, stay close to home. You can still go to your local parks and participate in activities there. You can, if you go to our Stanislaus County Parks and Recreation page, we have a ton of information about recreating at home. We put up a lot of virtual tours that you can go to different museums around the world and check those out. There's aquariums that are doing a lot of cool things, like puppies are wandering around at night. It's awesome. So you can definitely go look at that. And then we have a lot of activities. There's a lot of kids out there that enjoy recreation that doesn't necessarily involve sports and outdoor activities. They like to write. We have a playwriting kind of outline to follow if your kids like putting on plays. We also have a lot of arts and crafts up there. We have nighttime stargazing information. We have bird watching information. So there's a little bit of something for everyone.